Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Classic Cars That Are Appreciating Faster Than Stocks, Gold, and Real Estate. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on the show, as well as tell you about a company called HollywoodIsCalling.com. They allow you to purchase live calls with more than 100 celebrities. A live 15-second call is $19.95 and a live 30-second call is $29.95. So give it a try. A lot of people love this service. It's a great gift idea for someone you like on a special occasion, or you just may have a favorite star that you want to talk to. So give it a try. They can leave a message on your answering machine, or you can talk to them live if you happen to pick up the phone when they call. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now let's get started. So while we don't give investment advice, we do hear things from our insider sources that I believe our viewers should know about. Today we're going to show you how investing in some classic cars can be more lucrative than investing in stocks, gold, or even real estate. Anyone watching the stock market, real estate market, or even the gold market lately can tell you that things are getting very strange out there. The stock market is swinging violently every day. One day it's rising rapidly for reasons no one can really fathom. The next day it's collapsing because of something else that happened. The only thing that most financial experts can agree on now is that the stock market's dramatic movements as of late cannot really be explained by rhyme or reason. They'll tell you what they think is causing the movement, but in reality, they don't really know what's causing it. So they almost always blame it on something like the algorithms or automated trading or some other nonsense. Now, the real estate market is getting even crazier now. Home sales have dramatically decreased in many areas, and their asking prices are also dropping quite quickly. I'm not just talking about prices in high-end markets like New York or Los Angeles or Miami. I'm talking about many small and mid-sized markets as well. Chances are, if you haven't been able to sell your house yet, then its price is probably going to continue downward from here. The number of homes for sale in Los Angeles, for example, homes that have been on the sale on the market for 200 days or more is skyrocketing. What does that tell you? That tells you it's getting more and more difficult to sell a home, and people aren't getting their asking prices. And that's never good. It's good if you're a buyer, but what are buyers doing now? Buyers are standing on the sidelines waiting for the prices to keep dropping. Why? Because they don't want to catch a falling knife. And that's what lower prices are. They're falling knives, and everybody gets out of their way. Everybody's waiting to see where the bottom is. Another trend that we're seeing is that people are selling their homes in the city to get away from all the insanity, and they're moving out to the country. They're doing that because they see that homes out in the country are much lower in price and more reasonable. They also see that the standard of living is much higher in the country. You know, once people get out of the city and they move into the rural areas, they feel safer. And they quickly find out how great it is to get away from all the traffic, the congestion, and the criminal insanity. So we look at the stock market, the real estate market, and even the gold market, and we see huge fluctuations in price and massive uncertainty. So what are a lot of people doing to add diversity and safety to their investment portfolios? They're buying classic cars. Why classic cars? First of all, because they are tangible and they're physical assets that you can touch, hold, drive, and enjoy. They're also far more liquid than a house, which can be difficult to sell. And if you buy the right cars, then they appreciate in value far more quickly than stocks, bonds, real estate, or gold. If you buy a stock, at the end of the day, that's just a piece of paper or an electronic asset. It's out there on a computer somewhere in digital form, and its price can change constantly for reasons that many brilliant people can't explain rationally. That's a very dicey proposition. If you invest in another house and it continues to go down in value, then that can cripple most people financially. So that is getting to be a very perilous proposition these days. However, if you know something about cars and you enjoy them, then you can invest in one and drive it occasionally, or just keep it in storage and hopefully watch its value increase over the years. Now, we review the data, And here are some observations we've made. This is what you think about when you consider buying a classic car. First of all, two-door cars are typically more popular and sell for higher prices than four-door cars. People also love sports cars and they love convertibles. Remember the expression, when the top goes down, the price goes up. Convertible sports cars are almost always in serious demand because of those reasons. The condition of the car is extremely important, so make sure you know the difference between a car in good condition and a car in average condition. If not, hire someone to help you. Do extensive research on the internet before you do anything. You should also go to all the major online classic car selling websites and start looking at their prices. Just remember, there is usually a significant difference between an asking price and a selling price. Don't ever assume that the asking price you see online is what the car ends up selling for. So now we're going to discuss cars that are expected to increase in value. We've analyzed the market and we found some classic cars that some experts believe will appreciate in value over time. Now, some of these cars have increased in value already, so you should keep that in mind when you try to determine what their price will be in the future. We're going to discuss cars in various price categories to give you an idea of what the price ranges are across various makes, models, and years. First, we're going to start out with the 1990 to 1998 Lamborghini Diablos. Now, these are beautiful cars and have become really popular with collectors. These cars can sell anywhere from $200,000 to $500,000 depending on the model and the condition, but demand for them continues to rise because these cars are so unbelievable looking. You basically look like you're driving down the road in a UFO. So keep that in mind because these cars get a lot of attention and a lot of admiration. Next, you have the 1967 Volkswagen Beetle. This has to be one of the most recognizable cars in the world, and collectors just love them. Prices for these cars have increased by more than $1,000 a year over the last few years. If you do some research, you can find one in good condition for about $10,000 and fair condition for about $5,000. Next, we have the 1998 Porsche 911 Turbo S. Its value has more than doubled over the last few years. Depending on the condition of the car, you may see prices ranging from $250K to $500K. These cars continue to hypnotize collectors because they are so beautiful and elegant looking. Really amazing cars. Next, you have the 2002 Porsche 911 Carrera. It's another beautiful car that keeps collectors coming back for more. Cars in good condition can sell for $19,000. Next, you have the 1999 Mercedes-Benz Sl 500. This car just drips with class and sophistication. A car in excellent condition today may sell for $18,000. One in good condition might sell for $11,000. Next, we have the 1972 Triumph Tr6. It's a nice looking car that people will always love. A car in good condition might sell for $10K today. Next, we have the 1997 Dodge Viper GTS. This car is a work of art. Packing a massive V10 engine that puts out a 452 horsepower, this Carroll Shelby monster looks like it could chew the concrete it's driving on. We're seeing some of these cars selling for about $38,000, but expect that their beauty will continue to attract collectors for years to come. Next, we have the 1993 through 1996 collector Fleetwoods. These are beautiful Cadillacs that still impress collectors when they see them. Best of all, you can pick one up for between $3,000 and $4,000 depending on the condition. Next, almost any Corvette from the 1960s. These cars are always in extremely high demand, and it's safe to assume that their value will continue to increase dramatically. These cars can go for more than $1 million depending on the condition. Hang on to your wallet because once you start looking at those prices, you're about to go for a wild ride. But most experts agree these prices will just continue to skyrocket. These Corvettes are universally loved by everybody. So I want to stress once again, remember, condition is everything when it comes to price. Never be afraid to make a lowball offer just to see what happens. If you make a crazy lowball offer on 100 cars in a row, you might just find a seller who is desperate enough to sell the car at that crazy price. So with that, I want to wish you good luck and thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.